You have a BMW tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I regret about it is the very thing that I liked about it in the first place is that the people who know what this is will know what this is. Like other BMW guys will know that that's a BMW key.
What do most people think it is?
A hairdryer.
I thought it was a hairdryer first.
See? I've always made art ever since I was a kid. I used to love to go to like the Curran Museum and look at this old Picasso painting, and one of the things that was so beautiful about it was just the grime that's built up on the painting over time. I kind of wanted to have that timeless look on my paintings, but immediately, without having to wait, 100 years. I figured out the technique that I'm using now when I started working with a furniture maker. He was making antique furniture using wax finish, and I had made a painting that I had finished, but I didn't quite know what to do with, so I just took a bunch of that wax and I put it on the painting, and I assumed that it was ruined because it looked terrible. And then I buffed it out, and it was the exact finish that I had sort of been looking for years prior to that. I feel like success as an artist is being able to live and do my work uncompromised and have people in my town acknowledge that that's what I do. Nobody expects anything else from me except for to just keep making paintings. And to me, that's success. There's sort of like a nostalgia of this area, like riding by the old brick mill buildings, the old rivers, and stopping at old general stores to get lunch. I just love thinking about the fact that people were looking out of these very windows when Jesse James was on the loose, or like when Abraham Lincoln was shot. They heard the news from in here, maybe even from this room. That's one of the things that's like super inspiring about living and working in an old house. There's something about the wear over time, something like being used. It's the reason why I love the old motorcycles. I love the old metal. So I'm always obsessed with keeping that history alive, keeping people aware of what came before them. Mine's a 1970 R75, and the 1970 actually has the kickstart and the electric start, and the kick from the side here like this, I feel like is so classy. So you can walk up to the bike with a tuxedo on and it's... This is how you turn the key on. You basically just push that in like that. I also love this ride-off stand because I can just sit on it, start the bike, and just go. I started riding motorcycles probably like my freshman year in college. I started really getting into like the older bikes, and it was because of BMW motorcycles. I just love the look of them. I always knew I wanted a BMW. Anything that I'm really excited about, anything that I really like, whether it's like motorcycles or guitar, I dive super deep into things.
Why? What is it about you that makes you want to do that?
It's probably it probably has something to do with ADD, I bet. I get obsessed with things, and yeah, I just dive deep into them. I feel like I'm never quite satisfied. I always want to keep making things, which I think is a good thing. I think that drive to continue to make things better. When I'm making a painting, I want to prove in the painting that I'm intimately involved in the process. So I want to add an element to the painting that speaks to the fact that I actually know this machine. Like if I do a painting of a BMW and I've got the carburetors laying on the ground, I want to have a wrench laying on the ground that happens to be the size wrench that you need to adjust the carburetors. People can tell when something's authentic. love it when somebody sees a painting of mine and they've never considered themselves a person who likes fine art, and they're like, oh my god, I love this painting. It's, you know, it's got all the things that like I work with. It's got like a wood plane, or it's got different wrenches, and to me, when that happens, I love to be able to be like, yeah, there it is. It's just that gut feeling that you're sort of drawn to this painting because something resonates. Being an artist allows me to be exactly who I am. And it sort of keeps me sane. I feel like if I'm not making art, then my brain turns in on itself and I start becoming a hypochondriac and dealing with anxiety, and it's sort of like the remedy for all of that. The town of Jaffrey asked me to speak at their 250th anniversary, and that to me feels like success. Like having your hometown acknowledge what you've done and actually want to like give you a platform to listen to you speak is a huge thing, especially being that like I grew up in this town and my family kind of had a reputation in this town. My father was in and out of jail. I was definitely the poorest kid in town. So for the town to actually want to hear from me and be proud of me or the things that I've done is sort of like that feels like success to me. My name is Chris Myott. I'm a painter from Jaffrey, New Hampshire. Did that one work?